Component number 6 is the consistency toolbox. If you want to stay consistent, you need to use tools. Here's some tools that I recommend. Number 1, these are all free tools, by the way. You have to use a calendar. We talked about it in component number 2. You got to create and schedule the time. You need to block it off. If it's not in the calendar, it's not going to happen. And use that calendar. I have a calendar. I have multiple calendars. In fact, I have a Simon calendar. I have a marketing calendar, a reach out calendar. I have different calendars. A presentation calendar, a speaking calendar. Now, you don't have a family calendar, which is a big, big part of my household. Whatever sports events or school events, they're in the calendar. Musical events, piano recitals, they're all in the calendar. Use a calendar. Block it off. And when it's, like I shared before, treat your business like a job. If it says 4:30 p.m., you got to send out 10 invites. Treat it like a job and do that. Right? Create that routine. The calendars will help you create that routine. The next tool is a timer. You definitely need a timer because we tend to procrastinate. If you don't know what I mean, I'll give you an example. How many of you have wanted to do a social media post and instead of spending 10 minutes, you spend 30 minutes scrolling, or looking for the perfect image, or thinking of the perfect words to get the perfect idea, and you've done nothing? That's an example of why you need a timer. Or you have 5 minutes to check emails, and then you should go back to do work and prospect, but all of a sudden you're spending 30 minutes and still checking emails, checking messages on Facebook Messenger, and you're going down that rabbit hole and not getting things done. A timer creates urgency, gets you going. Why? Because you understand and I always joke about this, our caveman DNA. Now, I know cavewoman, you're way smarter than caveman, but I'm a male, so I know caveman. Caveman, we're lazy. We're human. We're lazy. The only time the caveman will get up is if he was hungry, if the tiger came and then he start running, or someone came to steal our woman and we'll go fight. The caveman was very primitive. What does that tell you? That's that we need urgency, right? Otherwise, we're never going to do stuff. Urgency. We need urgency. So it's like another example of this is when you were in school and you had to write a term paper. When did you do your term paper? If you're like most people, like 99% of the people I know, you do it the last minute, the night before. Why? Because we need urgency. And the timer creates urgency. Another example, the house needs to be cleaned, but you're too busy. But all of a sudden, you have guests coming tomorrow night. And the house, miraculously, you get the house cleaned really quickly. Again, we need urgency. We need deadlines. The timer creates that urgency, the deadline. So how do you use it? If you are following up with people, it's so easy. I'll give you an example, just following up. It's so easy to get caught up with deciding who to follow up with. You just set a timer. In 10 minutes, I'm going to follow with 10 people, the first 10 people. And you have the timer ticking. I love it. I use my watch. I have a timer. You can use your phone. Every smartphone has a timer. Have it count down. And your job is, again, treat your business like a job. You're your own boss. You're also your own employee. Never forget that. You got to do employee work. And the employee is like, I got to send out 10 follow-ups in 10 minutes. Afterwards, you can take a break. And then the next part could be, I got to do the social media in 10 minutes, social media post in 10 minutes. This prevents overthinking, will allow you to be more productive. And when you stay productive, it creates consistency. Also have something to track your contacts. There's a lot of things you can do. You can use a notebook. Some people use old school notebooks. You could use a spreadsheet, but you have to track your contacts. Right? Track how many people, like I said, you reached out to and also connected with, especially those who connected with. So you have an interaction. Track the people that you actually interacted with, because those are people that you could invite and follow up. You have to track the amount of people. Track the number of people you actually interacted with, you engaged with, because those can be potential future invites and follow-ups. Then you can be exposed to your presentation, right? And even if they're not interested in joining, they may be interested in joining later. So make sure you track your contacts. If there's a cool app you can use, I don't want to talk about promote it here, but if you're interested in cool app, just message me directly, and you know how to reach out to me on Instagram or email or Facebook or any of my social media channels, and I'll share a cool app for you.